that's a lot of bad news, right? There's a lot of not good things. A lot of not good things happening in the world right now. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are desperate. What can you do? What can
we do, Jacob?
Well, if you're working, I think
if you're working,
most
of us here in Alabama are still working because everybody's essential.
Right. Yeah, everybody's essential. But if you're working, you should organize with your fellow workers to ensure the safety, to ensure your safety and the safety of your community. If your company is not instituting proper social distancing measures on the job, if they are not giving you PPE, if they're not instituting hazard pay, if they don't have paid sick leave for people that get symptoms of the coronavirus, then organize for it. Talk to your fellow workers about, sending a petition to your boss saying that you're going to go on a walkout if these demands are not met. Do something. Contact the IWW. Contact any other union. Do something. Don't just sit there.
Contact us.
Right. Don't just sit there and do nothing. It's your life. It's your family's life. It's your fellow workers' life. It's your brothers and sisters' lives. It's your community's lives that are at stake when you don't organize. Obviously, there's a risk in organizing. Obviously, you face the risk of retaliation, but you face that risk anyway because you don't have any protections without a union contract. And you face the life and health risks if you don't organize. If you don't have these protections put into your workplace. And most bosses are not going to do that voluntarily. Most bosses are going to have to be made to do that. So you have to make them do that. If you are in a financially secure place, consider donating your stimulus check to folks in need if you have not seen a hit to your income. This is something that I'm very much considering doing because my income has not been affected by the coronavirus thus far. So I'm very much considering, I'm looking for places to send my stimulus check because, like I said, my income hasn't been affected so far. So I want it to go to people that need it. And so for folks that haven't been affected, consider doing that. The United Church of Huntsville is doing some really, really good work. I've seen lots of good stuff coming out of there. They're having food pantries. They're helping needy families. Lots of good work's happening there. If you're not in North Alabama, I'm sure that there are some mutual aid projects that are going on. There are food pantries everywhere. There's, in your town, there is somewhere that that money could be used for. So consider that. And
you don't have to donate the whole check.
No.
If you don't want to donate the whole check, donate $20. Donate $100, $500.
Right.
But there's so much that you can do at mutual aid that we've got to get back to relying on each other. Because without that, we're never going to move ahead. All of our you hear talk about a lot of the older folks, the ones that came up during the Great Depression. My grandmother talks about it all the time. They came together. They done whatever it took to survive. And if you're surviving, if you're actually thriving, you need to help people out. You need to help the less fortunate out.
Right. And you need to do that not because you're better than them, or not because they're less than you, because there, but for the grace of God, go you.
Yeah, because it's the right thing.
Yeah, right. Like there's no reason that it's not you that's not needing the help other than dumb luck.
Yep.
Right? That's the system that we live in. We live in a system where people are by and large not rewarded by their merits. They're rewarded by what zip code they were born into, any other myriad of factors. But ultimately, a lot of it is circumstantial. and there is so much that could have happened that is outside of your control that would have put you in a position where you need aid. And that's the difference that I see between something like a mutual aid and something like charity. And that's why I want to, whenever I give to organizations and projects that help folks, or give to folks directly, I really try to keep that in mind, that it's like, I'm not doing this because I'm better than them. I'm doing this because I am them. And I could just as easily be there. And support your community. If you live in an apartment complex with a lot of vulnerable folks and they're trying to organize a rent strike, like I said before, don't pay rent. Hold for them. Don't be a scab.
And if you can help them, help them.
Right.
If you're working and they're not working, good Lord, give them a hand. I mean,
make sure they've
a
got
box of ramen goes a long way. Spaghetti, pasta,
If you're not working, find some local aid groups.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, the United Church of Huntsville is doing a lot of good work. Reach out to the Labor Council. Reach out to me as the Secretary Treasurer of the Labor Council. IETSE Local 900 is offering assistance navigating Alabama's unemployment system, and I'm sure that I can find folks that can help you. You could organize a rent strike. You could start a mutual aid project. If you've got unemployment coming in and your income is going to be the same or more, then while you're in a financially secure position for the next few months, consider starting a mutual aid project. Join the IWW to help other workers that are still working organize their workplaces. Consider starting some unemployed people's councils in your town or something. There's so much that people can do to be helping each other, to be helping themselves, to be helping their families and their communities. If you can, try to do something during this time. Try to do something to make people's lives better.
Always be looking to help people.
Right.
It goes without saying. This is an extremely vulnerable time for a lot of people, but a good person is going to always be looking to help people regardless. And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this show, because we believe that our expertise, our experience, our passion to help workers is needed. It's needed worse than anything in the state of Alabama, in the Southeast region. There's not a day that goes by that you shouldn't try to figure out at least one way that you can help somebody.
Right. You just watched a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We're in North Alabama talking about the news for workers by workers. We're going to be on the radio on 92.5 FM, 770 AM in the Huntsville, Decatur, Athens listening area on Saturdays from 9:30 to 11 AM beginning in May. We believe that this is a really good opportunity to put new ideas in front of a conservative talk show audience. This is an audience that has never so much as heard the word union in a positive light. But we need help raising the funds to purchase the airtime. So if you could afford to send us a few bucks, you can do that by going to patreon.com/The Valley Labor Report. If you can't afford to do that, that's fine too. There are a lot of people going through some really rough times right now. So if you could just share our videos, that would be really helpful. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.